All right, let's be honest with each other. Being an independent artist in 2025 means you're not just making music, you're building an entire brand. And if you're blending in, you're losing. Today, I'm breaking down 5 ways to stand out and get noticed in an oversaturated industry. Before we jump in, let me quickly introduce myself if you're new here. My name is Wharf, and I'm part of Wharf and RC, an independent electronic duo, and we've been grinding hard in this industry. Our track Other Worlds hit number 10 on the main Beatport Progressive House chart and even climbed to number 2 on the Hype chart in August of 2024. Our latest single, The World is Burning, has racked up over 110,000 views on our self-produced music video on YouTube alone. And if you want to watch that video, I'll link it up here. On top of that, we've built our brand to over 200,000 Spotify plays and had our music covered by blogs worldwide. Now, for the most part, we've done all of this without a label running the show, just branding, consistency, and knowing how to market ourselves properly. So today I'm giving you the same strategies that have worked for us and that I will continue to use as long as I'm an artist. Tip number 1, this is about defining your content strategy. Are you high production or are you raw and real? In my opinion, this is the first thing that you got to figure out. Are you a high production artist or are you keeping it raw and authentic? For my brand, and as someone that has spent the better part of their life working in creative media and media production fields, I can't think of running my brand anything less than with high production value. Some artists go all in on quality. Every music video, every press photo, every piece of content looks like a Hollywood production, and personally that's what I aim for. So think of artists like The Weeknd or Odessa. Others lean into their personality, their talent, and their realness, posting iPhone clips, vlogs, and unfiltered moments, kind of like how Billie Eilish was in her early days, or Fred again captures raw studio moments all the time. Now, neither one is better, but you have to commit to one and stick with it so people instantly recognize your brand. Number 2, you need to build a visual identity. This is colors, fonts, and aesthetics. Most artists think branding is just about a logo, but reality is so much more. We already did a branding video here on the Self-Made Artist series, and if you haven't seen that, I'll also link that one above. But let's just go over it again real quick. You have to pick a color palette and stick with it. Your artwork, your social media, and visuals should all feel extremely cohesive across all your platforms. Fonts and graphic styles matter. Are you minimal and clean, like somebody like Rufus DeSalle, or grungy and chaotic, like Rez? Even your wardrobe and image can play into your branding. So if I say something like Marshmello or Daft Punk, their brand is immediately recognizable in your head. Tip number 3, nail your social media presence. That means be consistent, not everywhere. You don't need to be on every platform. You just need to dominate the right ones. If you're great on camera, lean into Reels, TikToks, and YouTube Shorts. If this is your style though, you really need to 10x your personality on screen. You need to be the most extreme version of yourself. No holding back. That's how you're going to build a better following base and people are really going to connect with what you're doing. If you love writing deep thoughts, talking about it through written text, Twitter and Reddit might be the best suited for you. And remember, if it's not serving you, remove it from your strategy altogether. For community building, Discord and Patreon can be game changers. My community on Discord is filled with like-minded artists and creative professionals who love to share their unique insights and stories. And if you want to join the GMG Discord community, I'll leave a link in the description. It's a great place to learn with a passionate community of creative people. But the major key here is you have to show up consistently. I know that word is thrown around a lot, but it's the truth. You really have to be building momentum. The artists winning right now aren't just posting when they drop music. They're telling stories, sharing their journey, and keeping people engaged all the time. All right, tip number 4, create a signature sound and story. Branding isn't just visuals, it's how you sound and present yourself. Think about how artists like Deadmau5, Flume, or again Rufus DeSalle have a signature sound that you recognize within seconds. But beyond the music, what's your story? Your why is what people connect with. Why do you make music? What do you stand for? What's the emotion you want people to feel when they hear your tracks? A strong brand isn't just about looking good, it's about making people feel something. For example, the Wharf and RC project plays a lot on the concept of dark and light, negative versus positive, and pessimistic versus optimistic. And we always try to make it very relatable to how people feel on a daily basis. Tip number 5, get your online presence locked in. If someone Googles you, do you own your brand online? Make sure your social handles are consistent across all platforms. Don't be Wharf and RC on Instagram and official Wharf and RC on another. You need people to be able to find you very easily and everywhere. Now you have to have also professional looking streaming profiles, your Spotify bio, good press shots, and links all set up properly. Lastly, and take this with a grain of salt, if you have the means, get your website up, even if it's a basic one. It makes you look way more legit. But if you're in your very beginning stages, and this is why I say a grain of salt, a website isn't as impactful as your organic follower base on social platforms. They're just really going to connect with you more personally there in the beginning. But if you are at that level and you would like some help with your website, feel free to reach out to me. We do this for artists as well. The reality when it comes to this tip is the more polished your online presence, the more people take you seriously. Now, as we went back to the beginning tip, raw and authentic can also still be polished. You just have to do it right. So, if you apply these things, you're already so far ahead than most independent artists. Branding is what makes people remember you. And in a world where new music drops every single second, you really can't afford to blend in. So, let me know in the comments which one of these do you need to work on the most. And if you did get value from this, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And I'll see you in week 7. Peace.